Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm called the Big Game Hunter because I've been hunting down leaders and staff organizations for more than 40 years. Recently, one of my followers, one of my subscribers, asked me to speak to the issue of accepting a job offer for less money than what you're currently earning. And I wish my answer could be simpler, but it really can't be. And I'll explain why. There's so many different situations that go into considering whether or not to accept less. And the biggest one really is ego. If you can set aside ego in this scenario and make the decision in a business-like way without the emotional charge involved with feeling devalued, you'll do a lot better. Let me explain. And I'll offer a couple of situations to kind of paint the problem for you. So let's say you've been out of work for 8 months and you were making $150,000 before, and someone offers you $130,000. And you're saying to yourself, I'm going to have to take less. This is terrible. Well, the fact of the matter is you're already at $75,000. What's another 20? Another factor here is the market's been telling you something. You're not worth what you think you are. And your choice here is to swim with the river, by that I mean accept a lower salary, or fight the river and drown and hold out for that kind of money. After being out of work for a lengthy period of time, you'd be foolish not to accept a lesser salary offer than what you were previously earning. Let me offer you another scenario. Let's say, and I'll use the New York area as an example. You worked in New York and you made $100,000 a year. And you had to commute to New York and sit on a bus or a train for an hour each way. And you made $100,000 a year. And you get an offer to work 5 minutes from the house making $90,000. The jobs are comparable. The firm is one with a good reputation. All things are pretty much the same, but the money is $10,000 less. Now, let's assume there's no bonus at either place. So what do? The answer is you've got to make a decision as to whether or not the value of being home in 5 minutes outweighs the benefit of sitting on a train or a bus for an hour. And on nights when it's cold and snowy and it's going to take longer, it's worth your while to be home in 5 minutes. I don't think that's much of a choice, but it's taking less. So you do that. And then there are the people who, for whatever the reason is, they find it hard to get into a role that they were in before. And the role that they're being offered is at a lower level than where they were before. Now, here's where it has its biggest impact. It's not really about the money, it's about the functional demotion. And as I said, gave the example in the first situation, the market's telling you something. If you're not able to find something at the right position level and the right salary level, you may be one of these people who needs coaching about how to interview because you just don't present yourself well. Or you may not have the skills that you need to position yourself with the right organizations. In which case, the idea of taking a step backward, as we like to refer to it, in order to take a step forward may be the right choice. And that step backward involves taking less money. There are many more scenarios, but ultimately it comes down to number one, emotionally, can you separate yourself out? If you can't, you may have to go looking for a job until you get it through your head. You're not worth what you think you are. Number two is, are there reasons that make sense for you to take a lesser offer? I'll give another example. You're going to get a bonus that's going to more than outweigh any sort of short-term loss that you take. Or stock options. They're going to more than outweigh any loss that you're going to take short-term. These are different variables. So it's not as simple as saying, can I take less? You have to bring the whole equation, the entire math problem into the situation. So, sorry, I can't make it simple, but I've offered a couple of scenarios that I think could be helpful in making the assessment. So this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, click the like button that's down below. Maybe write a comment. that will help someone else and encourage them to watch the video. If you're watching on my website or you want to go to my website, the address is jeffaltman.com. And on YouTube and at jeffaltman.com, you can watch a whole bunch of videos I've done related to job search and different elements of job hunting. You can also receive a complimentary subscription to my e-zine, which is called No BS Job Search Advice. I publish it on Tuesdays with advice for job hunters that's good anywhere in the world. It's completely free. It's a $399 value. You can also search jobs I'm recruiting for. You can also listen to podcasts of my radio show, No BS Job Search Advice Radio, which I broadcast Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio. The advice in my e-zine, in my radio show, in my videos is good for people anywhere in the world. I make it available for free. You can also use the easy to work with career builder links that are on the home page in the right-hand column. There's access to Indeed on the links page and Job Search Universe on the home page, both of which search thousands of sites for job leads so you don't have to find all these places. There's more than 50 sites you can post your resume to. There's information about my books and guides to job hunting as well as other people's books, all of which are available through Amazon. So you can improve your interview skills, you can improve your job search skills in one consolidated place. Two more things, if I may. First of all, if you haven't already done so, send me a connection request on LinkedIn. The address is linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. I accept connection requests from people anywhere in the world, except if you're in a country known for scams or spam, or if you're a third-party recruiter. Finally, if you are at a firm where you're trying to do some hiring, or you know of someone at your firm who's trying to hire some people, send me an email at the address below. Tell me who I should contact and whether I should mention your name, and let me try to help them fill a position or help you fill a position. Let me see if I can get some more people to work. And by the way, I forgot to mention, if you have a question for me, you can fill it out in the comments area on YouTube. I'll pick it up and see if I can answer your questions there as well. So this is Jeff Altman. Hope you have a great day. Take care.